Joining me on Mobile World Live for our MWC coverage is Raj Yavatkar. Raj is CTO of Juniper Networks. Raj, it's great to see you.
Great to be here.
It's good to be back in Barcelona for MWC. There's certainly a buzz back for the event as well. Lots of buzz around the future of mobile networks as open standards mature, Raj, and new innovations in our industry become possible. Why should the industry be excited about Open RAN and some of its potential?
So, as you know, O-RAN was started by telcos to create choice with respect to the vendors they source the equipment from. One of the challenges with new architecture is that you expect the KPIs to be matched. Those are exposed by traditionally vertically integrated architecture. We just finished a trial, commercial field trial with Vodafone, with parallel wireless providing radios and we providing RIC. And we were able to see that a trial involving multiple sectors, multiple cell sites, we were able to meet or exceed the KPIs that are traditionally achieved by the traditional architecture. So that's very good news, which means now the telcos can really go for O-RAN based commercial deployments. In the process, they have a lot of advantages. One is that you get service agility. New features can be introduced very easily. You have a third-party ecosystem of application developers, XApps and RApps, which will enable new applications like energy efficiency, beamforming optimization, spectrum optimization, and so on. So that's a pretty exciting time.
Another potential hot topic this week that we're going to see lots around is private 5G and what this means for the enterprise sector, Raj. Why should organizations watch developments in the private 5G market and really how can this help them enhance their network infrastructure?
So the private mobile networks have been around for quite some time. What 5G brings is two things. One is that, of course, the unlicensed spectrum, making it easier for anyone to deploy private 5G network. The other is private 5G provides much better performance, latency, and assurance in performance. So if you're a smart logistics center or hospital or smart cars, autonomous cars, you can get guaranteed performance and assurance compared to traditional Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is not going away. You can augment Wi-Fi with traditional, now the private 5G. At Juniper, what we're doing is that we have been rated #1 in a Gartner Magic Quadrant for Wi-Fi networks, which is cloud managed, AIOps driven. And what we're doing is now augmenting that with private 5G. So using the same management model, cloud-based operations, you can have both Wi-Fi and private 5G coexisting. So you can take advantage of or get the best of both worlds, basically.
And all of this is happening, Raj, of course, against the backdrop of an industry trying to become as sustainable as possible. What is Juniper Networks doing in this particular area?
So our observation is that networking industry lacks benchmarks by which we can measure, are we being sustainable? Are we green or efficient? So we are starting with defining what we call green quotient. That's the way to define or measure the efficiency and sustainability of applications, network services. Second, we are doing is that we are also looking at cost per bit. What's the picojoules cost for transporting 1 bit? If you measure that as a baseline, then you can start measuring improvements. We do custom chips for our high-end routers, and we found that from one generation to another, we can reduce the power consumption by 30%. Now, when it comes to routers and switches, we can start using immersion cooling to achieve better efficiency. We also use x86-based processor for our control plane and management applications. They come with C states, power states. We can start using those to be a lot more energy efficient. And finally, we are also looking at, as I said, how to improve the efficiency of the applications and services themselves.
Well, Raj, you've touched on 3 very important topics that are going to generate headlines this week: Open RAN, private 5G, and sustainability. We wish you a fantastic week here in Barcelona. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Very happy.